Welcome back to The Perspective. I'm with Kennedy Ashinze, Editor-in-Chief and Creative Director of Globetrotter. Now, where does the magazine want to go next in Asia?
In Asia, we want to cover every city that's going to have us. And so far, we've had some good inroads. Obviously, we're heavy in Southeast Asia, in the Singapores, in the Jakartas, Bangkok, the Philippines a little bit, and Japan at the moment outside of Southeast Asia. But outside of Southeast Asia, we just want to connect to cities all over the world, you know, that are happy to have us. And we really feel like every city has that pocket, you know, that rumbling energy, and we want to just have a presence there. There's a story, that's why it's called Globetrotter. We want to organically go into these cities, have conversations, find this energy that's happening there, and share the stories there. So I think it's not even a conquer thing. We just want to go and collaborate and do our little bit in sharing the stories from these cities.
Well, as you, let's move outside print for just a moment.
Yep.
I know you shoot videos.
Yes.
What kind of multimedia projects are you trying to achieve?
Actually, that's a great question. Going back to print real quick,
okay.
almost all the interviews are actually shot on video. We try as much as possible. Sometimes they're not. We try, I think I'd say a good 65% are actually shot on video. And so we have a series outside of the print space called Globetrotter TV. It's just another arm that we've been working on. So you're going to see some sections called On Location, which is something exciting that we've been working on. No, it's all right. That we've been working on, and it just basically takes you. It's more of an in-depth perspective on the print side of things. You know, you're actually in there, in the spaces of these people, having the conversations, whatever it is, but you get to see it. So there's that component. And outside of the print and outside of the TV thing, you know, as far as what's next for us, there's the experiential side of Globetrotter. There's the event side, which we have some experience on. We've been working on that stuff for a few years now, and that's something we're gradually rolling out in Jakarta. You're going to hear about that in the next couple of months. We're working on a little festival thing in the future, a little bit down the line. So a lot going on. And of course, we're collaborating with some great people in Jakarta as well.
How do you go about capturing your online audience outside of simply putting the videos up? How do you try to engage them?
Well, I mean, the traditional, obviously, there's the social media connect. So we tie in the print via our events that we do as well, and we're pretty active on that front. So we you know, the social medias, the Facebooks, the Twitters, and the Instagram. We try to have that conversation online digitally. You kind of have to, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you retail? Chicago?
Where do we retail?
Yeah, the magazine.
What cities?
Yeah. Just jumping back for a second.
Chicago. We're in San Francisco. We're in New York. We're in about 15 or 16 cities. We're in London, we're in Lagos, we're in Berlin, we're in Amsterdam, Paris, we're in Jakarta, obviously, Bangkok, I could be missing something, Singapore, pretty heavy, yeah. Japan, and I could be missing a couple of cities.
I just want to, I also, would you consider retailing in other parts, in other cities in Indonesia? Would you stick to the major ones? I mean, how far do you think that can be
stretched? Well, yeah. I think we're in Bali, by the way, but you know, got to do the Bali. But yeah. I mean, there are a lot of cities I haven't even been to. So there's the Surabayas, the Jogjas that I'm very curious about. So, you know, if there's a story there, we're there. You know, if there's a place we can have a presence, we're there. That's the beauty of what the magazine is about. Like, there's so much range that can be covered. So, you know, we'll see how far our legs take us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're very open to that.
How much does it retail for in Indonesia?
In Indonesia, it's 130,000 rupiah.
Okay.
Yes.
So no.
I don't know what the exchange rate thing is, but it's 130,000.
Variable, so we won't say.
Yes.
Transatlantic intelligence.
Yes.
So when you formed the idea, London and Chicago were the first.
Right, we're the first hubs. Chicago was the first hub. Chicago is the headquarters of Globetrotter. That's where the whole inspiration came from. That's where I lived, obviously, and amongst my other fellow buddies. Yeah. So transatlantic intelligence was actually an edited version of transcultural. It was we were always using the word transculture, and transcultural, basically means connecting on a human side on everything around the world. Like, so we're basically trying to, transatlantic is pretty much that. It's what Globetrotter is. We're moving from city to city. We're sharing these stories, sharing these inspirations, collaborations, sharing these images that you get to see, and that's pretty much what it is. On the intelligence side, obviously there's a lot of intelligence gathering happening. There's a lot of careful curation with images. We want to make sure we do things tastefully. We do spend a lot of time. We have a lot of great collaborators and writers from all over the world that contribute and write, so we always make sure we make that good connection. They know what they're talking about. So if we're not there physically, we have an anchor writer that helps out with that. Yeah.
Hang on one sec. We need to go to a quick break, and we'll be back for the final part of this perspective.